everybody. How are you all? Thank you. So, there's many different ways to have a family in our state, and of course we celebrate all of them. This is really about accessing information for kids when they reach adulthood about their parents, and these days this is a more direct way to do it because many of them otherwise have to spend many hours doing it indirectly, and they log in and they track things back and find cousins and identify. This is just more direct and cuts out the middleman. So I want to thank Representative Tipper, Representative Soper, Senator Fenberg, and Senator Gardner for their work on this bill. And I'll turn it over to Senator Fenberg.
Thank you, Governor, for signing this bill. This is an incredibly important bill. We are going to be the first state in the country to have a policy like this that says that there is an inherent right for an individual to know where they come from, who they are, what their identity is, because that helps us form who we're going to be, right? It's hard to know who you want to be in the future if it's still unclear with who you are from the past. So this is an incredibly important bill. I think we're absolutely going to see states replicate this policy all over the country in one way or another, because it is just the right thing to do. We live in a time now when genetics isn't everything, but genetics is becoming an integral part of so many different aspects of our lives, whether it's medical care or 23andMe and Ancestry.com. It is technology that is something that we can embrace at home. And a lot of people are going to find out this information anyways. So it's incredibly important that we have a law that just sort of like lays out the rules of the road of how it happens. So a donor, the family, the donor conceived person, they all know exactly what the rules are and what the process will be for them to figure out what their genetic identity and background is. When I first started talking about this bill, I talked to a couple of folks, and I was like, I have this bill idea. I want to regulate sperm in the state of Colorado. And people are like, I'm not sure I'm going to get on board with that. I don't know that there's a need for that. But after many conversations and a whole lot of jokes, of course, we got to a point where so many folks understood the need for this, and that there really is a gap in our law to protect these individuals and their families. So much so that in the Senate it passed 35-0. And I'm incredibly proud of that bipartisan support. I want to thank Senator Gardner for being with me all along the way and really understanding this issue and not batting an eye and being willing to have those hard conversations and talk about topics that sometimes are uncomfortable. But as we've seen in the state of Colorado, we are willing to have those conversations. We're willing to push the envelope. I want to thank the House sponsors as well, because you have been pushing that envelope in many different ways, and we're all in this together to make sure every family has the resources and ability to have a family, but to do it in a way that appreciates and respects the rights of everybody, including the children that are a result of that family creation. So pass it off to the other sponsors, but genuinely, thank you, Governor, for signing this bill.
Thanks, Representative Tipper.
Thank you, Governor, and thank you, Senator and Representative. What Senator Fenberg did mention is that when he started working on a bill about sperm, someone said, "Oh, go look to the lady that works on egg bills," and that's me. I've done a lot of work in the assisted reproductive technology space, in part because we were able to start a family through that, and so it's an issue that's become near and dear to me. You realize how important this is to so many in terms of building a family, and this is one of those bills. I think all of us as co-primes can attest to this, that when people talked about their stories, when they explained what it was that they felt and what had happened, it changed hearts and minds. I mean, as the Senator said, unanimous in the Senate, and then really robust bipartisan support in the House. It's a first of its kind in the country, but as the Senator said, I think it's going to be one of many. And I'm so proud that we here in Colorado are leading on this issue. I want to thank all the people that worked on this, for the people that have come from the National Council, who told their stories to strangers late at night in the last weeks of session where it was really particularly stressful. This win is for you all. I know this is something we've been fighting for a long time, and so with my extreme gratitude to the Governor, I'm really excited to be here today and be part of what will be an extremely piece of legislation.
Representative Soper.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Representative Tipper and Senator Fenberg, also Senator Gardner. Representative Tipper came over and asked me if I'd like to be part of this bill. She said it's a simple egg and sperm bill. And that kind of caught me off guard, to tell you the truth. But then as she was talking about Ancestry.com and 23andMe, and how the era of anonymity is over, that through technology, no one can donate and have essentially 100 offspring or more and somehow hide behind this veil that they will forever be unknown. And being a big fan of genealogy, and as someone who also is a little bit obsessive compulsive, as my wife will tell you, really got into the genealogy side of things, I could relate 110%. And the ability to know who you are, what your medical history is, and when you reach 18, the ability to actually find out who the donor was. It's incredibly important, and it's something that will pave the way for other states. They will eventually call this the Colorado model. So thank you, Governor. It's a great day.
Make it official here. Ready? It's official. Congratulations. Is it your last one?